What up guys, this is Upper Tofu, and before we get started with the video, I just wanted to say thank you for the 50 subscribers. It really means a lot to me, so really thank you guys a lot. At 100 subs, I'll be attempting to sing Bakamitai for my 100 sub special video. I know it has nothing to do with Yu-Gi-Oh, but I'm just gonna do it anyway, and see what happens. Alright, now let's go over a few changes I made to the deck list. If you guys are new to Zombie World, I highly recommend you to check out my guide on Zombie World. It will give you a fourth dimensional understanding on what Zombie World does and how to play it. So I'll leave a link to that in the description below, and also a time card at the top of the screen. Alright, so for our changes, I made this into a going second deck. We have 10 hand traps for that, and I added a 6 card Punk Engine, as well as the Scythe lock. So let's go over what the Punk Engine as the Scythe lock does, just in case you guys are unfamiliar. So first, our Punk Engine, we have Spider, we have Ze'amin, we have Foxy Tune, and we have our emergency teleports, as well as the trap card Dangerous. Optimally, what we want to see in our hand is either emergency teleport, a Foxy Tune, or a Ze'amin in one of our starting hands. First, with emergency teleport, this is a 1-card Crystron Hauke Fibrax with 0 normal summons. So that means that we can get out Hauke Fibrax, and we can also normal summon our Unizombie, which is really good. First, let's see what the combo string is. So emergency teleport, we go into Noah Punk Ze'amin. Usually we do. Pay 600 life points. Add 1 punk monster from your deck to your hand, except Ze'amin. So our 1 punk monster that we will add to our hand is either Foxy Tune or Madam Spider, depending on how our hand's looking. So if we have a card that we want to send to the graveyard to our hand, let's say we have a Mizuki in our hand, we have a Banshee in our hand, we have Doom King in our hand, or Glow Up Bulb. We want to add Foxy Tune. If we don't have anything we want to discard, we just add our Madam Spider. So let's say we have something we want to discard. We add Foxy Tune. So the effect that we will be using on Foxy Tune is you can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard. Send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon 1 punk monster from your deck. So let's say we have a Mizuki in our hand, so we will send Foxy Tune and Mizuki to the grave, special summon our Madam Spider. Our Madam Spider allows us to pay 600 life points to add a punk trap from our deck to our hand. So this trap is the best trap, in my opinion, in Punk Engine, and this also thins out our deck by searching through a lot of our cards. So that's why I added this card to my deck. This card is target 1 effect monster your opponent controls, negate its effects. So it's just a blanket negate effect trap card. But our main thing is that we summoned Ze'amin, and we summoned our special summoned our Madam Spider on our field with 0 normal summons, and this gets us into Crystron. So since we have 0 normal summons, we're able to normal summon a monster that we have in our hand. Hopefully we might have a Unizombie, we might have like a Banshee or something, we might have just anything. So we go into Crystron, we get out our Glow Up Bloom, right? So we go into Crystron, we special summon Glow Up Bloom. If we have a normal summon any monster, we can go into our Crystron Dagda combo. So our Crystron Dagda combo is really good. It doesn't really matter if you have Zombie World, but if you do have Zombie World, it's like an extra floodgate. What you want to do is Crystron into Dagda on your opponent's turn. What you want to do during the main phase, activate Crystron, chain Dagda, so chains resolving backwards. Dagda will set artifact Scythe on the field, and when artifact Scythe is destroyed in the spell and trap zone, you can special summon it, and when it's special summoned, it locks your opponent out of their extra deck for that turn. So how will we destroy Scythe? With Crystron, we will special summon TG Wonder Magician. If this card is synchro summoned, and if this card cannot miss timing, so it doesn't matter if you chain it to anything, it won't miss the timing. Target 1 spell or trap card on the field, we will target our artifact Scythe, and we can destroy it. So we destroy Scythe. Scythe activates in the grave. Scythe special summons itself from the grave. Then your opponent's now locked out of your extra deck. But we're not done there. So after he special summons himself, we can chain Wonder Magician's effect. We will synchro summon into Barone de Fleur. It's an Omni Negate and a destruction, as well as having a standby phase effect. So we go into Barone. So now our end board, we have Dagda on the field, we have Barone on the field, your opponent's locked out of their extra deck, as well as we have a negate on our side of the field. So that's basically one thing you can do. If you have Unizombie in your hand as well as an emergency teleport, it's literally GG. Like, there's nothing they can do to stop you. You basically win the game. That's the engine that I added into the deck, and we'll show a replay. I did go on an 8-game win streak with this deck in Diamond 1. So this deck deck is pretty consistent going second. And we'll get into the replays and just talk about the plays that we made. Alright, first up, we have everyone's favorite matchup. We're going against Swordsoul. Swordsoul, so you know what they're gonna do. They have Moye, but luckily, thank the lords, we have Nibiru in our hands, and Nibiru hard counters Swordsoul. Like, really hard. Because perfectly at 5 summons, if they normal summon with Moye, you can Nibiru right before Baron comes out. But since they use the 10-yi cards to summon some more, it's the guaranteed Nibiru. Grandmaster, he's gonna chain Moye second to chain block to search his strategist and also draw a card. So strategist discards a Swordsoul card, probably that spell card that he just showed us. And right here, that is more than 5 summons. You don't want to just instantly use Nibiru at 5 summons. You want to get the most out of it as you can. So I waited until he special summoned Strategist and his token. And also, if you turn your toggle off, your opponent feels a lot better like doing this, because if they, after 5 summons, if they randomly see like a pause, they'll be like, oh shit, he has Nibiru. So they'll probably, maybe they can do something, maybe they can't do anything anyway, but it's good to have toggle off until you know the time you want to use Nibiru. So it's just a quick tip. If I use Nibiru here, and we'll speed it up, he max seed, he'll get to draw 2, but it's fine. So Nibiru and token. He ended his turn, so it's our turn. Our god hand, we have Zombie World, we have Emergency Teleport, and Unizombie. So we got Unizombie, he effect failures us, that's fine. We have Emergency Teleport, so it's Emergency Teleport, he ashed us. Okay, so he's 2 hand traps gone out of his hand, and we have 2 cards on the field. So what we can do here is we can actually go into our Crystron. And Crystron can special summon our blue from our hand. We can Monster Reborn, it doesn't matter, any monster. I used Unizombie. We go into Dagda. So this is the combo that I was talking about during the deck list, and this little additional glow up bloom with Doom King is just makes it even better. So now we pass our turn, and we can chain Crystron to anything. So we chain at the end of the main phase, we chain Dagda, and now we also chain our Doom King. So since the zombie monster activated their effect, we can banish a monster on the field or graveyard, so I banish the token. And then we chain Dagda next, so Dagda set artifact Scythe. And then I was talking about you guys with TG Wonder Magician popping Scythe, and then Scythe summons itself from the grave. Then he locks the opponent out of the extra deck. Now we can Synchro Summon into Barone de Fleur, and now we have an Omni Negate as well. And a Monster Negate with Doom King. So his hand is probably really bad now, but he does that, we just negate it with Barone. What he was going to do, so his plan was he was going to get Moye and the token. Then he was going to use Vishuddha to return one of our cards back to our hand. I mean, we could have negated it anyway, but I just negated it and destroyed it. So we tag out to Unizombie, and then we also chain Doom King to banish his Vishuddha from his grave, just in case he has a next turn. He probably doesn't, but just in case he does, we go into Unizombie, and now we can start with the Unizombie stuff again. Next, let's go over another match, and this one is against Thunder Dragon. He goes with Batterman. I do have infinite impermanence in my hand, but I don't think if I negated Battery Man anything would happen. So I just held on to my impermanence this entire time. Sure, he summons a token. Goes into Cross Sheep. It might have been good to negate Cross Sheep, but I negated the Union Carrier that he's summoning instead. He goes into Union, and then Union attempts to activate I don't know what he's going to equip, but it might be the Buster card that stops you from summoning from your extra deck, so I just didn't want that. Alright, so I opened Harpy, so I'm gonna just use it. Got out his Vanity's Emptiness. I summoned Banshee because it's the only thing I could have done, and then I set a back row. Oh yeah, I attacked into Union Carrier, and then I set a back row, and then so this is really not a good start from my side. Okay, he activates that, and he goes into Predaplant Verte. And he's going to do Destiny Fusion, but luckily I drew into my Punk Dangerous to stop that. And notice I wait for him to pay his life points. I want to get as much advantage as possible. If I wait for the 2000, then I may get it in. Alright, next, right here, I drew Super Poly. So I'll say what the most optimal play was after I make the play right now. So I Super Poly'd my Doom King, and these two go into Venom Starving. And then I activated Necroworld Banshee. So I'm gonna go over what the most optimal play was, just in case you guys wanted to know. Alright, so we're back at this point. So the optimal play here was to actually have Toggle on, because you might draw a card that can be activated in the draw phase, like Called by the Grave or Super Poly, that you want to activate in the draw phase before it becomes your standby phase. Because what we could have done here is we could have Super Poly'd in the draw phase. He can't react to it, so we Super Poly these two into Venom Starving Fusion Dragon. Then in the draw phase we activate our Banshee to set Zombie World, or activate Zombie World directly from our deck. And since Doom King would be in the graveyard since we discarded him during the standby phase, Doom King would come back from the grave. So that would have been the most optimal play, but since I didn't have Toggle on, that didn't happen, but we still ended up winning. So yeah. So this match was against Eldlich. I believe it was like Eldlich Zombie World, and our hand is not that good, but we're able to use Ash on his Awakening, but he Called by the Graves us, so nothing we can do there. But now he's down 2 cards to our 1, and he summons out his Eldlich here. Alright, now he uses his Perform Pal since 2 for 3. Okay, activates Blow Up Bulb, and Destruction is actually working in our favor. Magical Mallet, it's a really weird deck. Okay, so he gets out Eldlich, and we draw a card. So Eldlich comes out, we draw into Foxy Tune, which is good. Now he sets out his Sanguine. He's probably going to use it next turn to summon out his Doom King. And he summons out Sanguine. He summoned Doom King from the grave, so now we know he only has 1 Doom King in his deck. Okay, we sent our Scythe. We probably could have sent our Crossout Decimator here, but we sent out Scythe because we can get him back with Barone as well, so. Okay, so we used our Foxy Tune to send Crossout to the grave, and Foxy Tune to special summon Noah Punk Summon. And notice we don't have a normal summon yet. We've never used it yet. We search out our Spider. We normal summon Spider, activate to get our trap card, thinning out our deck while adding a negate to our hand. We link summon into Crystron, and he quit. So yeah. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe, and comment down below what you guys think about the new changes with the Punk engine and the Scythe block. And hopefully this will help you along your climbing journey with Zombie World. I'll see you guys next time in the next video. Bye bye.